What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the 4 for 4 Philly Fan Podcast. The Philadelphia Eagles found out who their head coach was today in Nick Sirianni, former offensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts. I like the hiring, in my opinion. I know a lot of people are a little upset with the Eagles for not hiring Deuce Staley as their head coach because of the good things that Malcolm Jenkins and Rodney McLeod and, a couple former Eagles have said. They've said a lot of good things about Deuce Staley, and I know a lot of fans and I know a lot of players probably wanted Deuce over Sirianni, but I personally like the hiring. I think it's smarter to go after a offensive coordinator, a guy that has been with, one of the guys in Frank Reich that has led the Eagles to very successful seasons, including winning a Super Bowl. I mean, he was a big part of that, and as we all know for right now, he was a big part of why Carson Wentz succeeded in 2017, being the MVP. And Nick Sirianni, I mean, you look at his track record, and he has had a very good record with quarterbacks in the NFL. Obviously, you have Andrew Luck and, guys like that. He also was a part of John Dorsey. He was also, in with him in the Kansas City Chiefs as he was a quarterback coach in KC, and he's been around. He's been around, especially on the offensive side of the football for head coaches. He also comes from a football family. I like the hiring, in all honesty. I wanted, I thought Josh McDaniels would have been a good hiring. I thought Deuce, Bieniemy, Kafka. I thought that these guys all would have been good. But when news broke the other day that we were interviewing Sirianni for the head coach, I immediately kind of focused my, want on him. I wanted Sirianni. He's a younger head coach. He's 39 years old. He's been around the block a long time with the Colts and with the Chiefs. He's a successful guy. You look at who he has head coached: Phillip Rivers, and Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck threw for 39 touchdowns under this guy's offensive coordinator. If that doesn't say a lot, I mean, you look at Phillip Rivers, you look at Andrew Luck, and they have the same kind of play style as Carson. They're pocket guys. They can roll out of the pocket. They can do things, in and out of the pocket. And I think with Sirianni as the head coach, I think you're going to see a lot more of what you saw in 2017. I think you're going to see a better version of Carson Wentz than what you saw, last year. Because, as we all know, with Doug Peterson, news broke that he wasn't really too happy. He didn't want to have Carson Wentz. He kind of wanted to force him out. And, Doug's not here anymore. And Carson Wentz still is. So you got to look at it from, the team's perspective. Carson is still under a huge deal. Starting, I think, this season, he's under a huge contract. It's going to be hard to move it. And I think that the Eagles pretty much said to themselves, okay, we're going to roll with this guy until he proves us otherwise, because I don't think that Doug Peterson really gave him a fair chance last season to really prove what Carson Wentz has. He didn't roll him out of the pocket. He called terrible plays all season long. You could tell that the play calling style was different when Jalen Hurts was the starting quarterback, and that's unfair. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know who would purposely try to make somebody look that bad if that was actually the case. It was stupid to me, and in my opinion. I mean, I think a lot of people's opinions on Doug Peterson, I know it can go both ways, and I know that this hiring has been a 50-50 with a lot of Eagles fans. Again, a lot of people wanted Deuce Staley. I understand why they wanted him. He's been with the organization for a long time. It kind of seems like he's not getting the same amount of treatment, not treatment, but he's not getting, a fair shot. But he's a running backs coach. You just hired an offensive coordinator. He was way closer to a head coaching job than Deuce Staley was. But I do think that Deuce probably does get promoted. I think he could be the offensive coordinator in this situation. I have no idea who's going to be the defensive coordinator, and I don't know who it would be other than Deuce Staley at this point. I don't know too much about the other guys that are out there other than the head coaches. You had, obviously, Robert Saleh go to the Jets. You had Urban Meyer go to the Jaguars. Bieniemy is still out there for probably, I would think, the Texans. You have guys that are out there that can definitely make some noise in the offensive defensive coordinator position. I don't think Bieniemy goes anywhere if he stays or if he doesn't get the head coaching job. I don't understand why he would. You have Matt Patricia. You have Josh McDaniels. Patricia, if he wants to be a defensive coordinator, I would not turn that down, in my opinion, but I don't think that would fly too well with Darius Slay. I mean, he just got rid of him. He just left him, and he didn't seem too fond of the guy after he got fired, as he did kind of talk a little bit of smack to him. But, I want to know your guys' thoughts on the hiring of Sirianni. Again, I like it, and I can't hate on it yet. I can't do anything with it yet. I don't know too much about Sirianni. All I know is that he was what I was looking for as an Eagles fan. A young head coach that has been around the block, that is an offensive guy that can help. He also, look at what the Colts did with their running backs this season. They lost Marlon Mack. Nyheim Hines and Jonathan Taylor were studs in the backfield. Jonathan Taylor ran for over 1,200 yards or something like that. I know he ran for over 1,000 yards. He's a good player. And Miles Sanders I think he's better than Jonathan Taylor is. We didn't establish a run game last year. I think with Sirianni, you're going to be able to establish more of a run game, play some more tempo, and you're just going to have more flow into this offense. That's what I think anyways. I think, come training camp, you're going to obviously have the Carson Wentz versus Jalen Hurts debates all season and all season long. Especially when Carson does bad, you're gonna have those Carson haters saying, "Oh my God, Carson Wentz stinks," and all this and all that. Well, who knows what Carson is at this point? He made the playoffs 3 straight seasons, and he was the MVP of football until he got hurt in 2017. Injuries did not factor him last year, and I really, truly do believe it was Doug Peterson that played a big role in why he was not as good as he has been in the past. I'm happy with the hiring. I like it. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. But with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning into the 4for4 Philly Fan Podcast. This is your host. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I am out. Peace. We still have a long off season ahead, but this is a step in the right direction. Go Birds.